Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Is it audible?
Yes.
First of all, I would like to thank ISKCON Mississauga management for giving this opportunity to speak on today's, I would say, the most difficult verse in Bhagavad Gita. So I'll try my best. Now actually we have 9 slokas, 4.16 to 4.24. Each sloka might take 2 hours to explain, so which is 18 hours. But I'll try to condense it in 20 minutes with an acronym so that it's easy to understand and you can carry some messages, but you need to discuss in detail. So let's start with a small kirtan and then Pranav mantra, and then I will read the translations and we will dive into today's topic. Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhav Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Radha Madhav Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhav Girivaradhari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Dhiravana Chari Yamuna Dhiravana Chari Yamuna Dhiravana Chari Yamuna Dhiravana Chari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. So what I'm going to do is I will quickly read the translation of the 9 slokas, and because we won't be able to go one by one, and then I will start the whatever possible I could make out, I can just present it to you. So sloka number 4.16, even the intelligent are bewildered in determining what is action and what is inaction. Now I shall explain to you what action is, knowing which you shall be liberated from all misfortune. So we start the sloka with the tongue twister, brain twister, action, inaction. Don't worry, we'll go to it. The intricacies of action are very hard to understand. Therefore, one should know properly what action is, what forbidden action is, and what inaction is. Sloka 4.18. One who sees inaction in action and action in inaction is intelligent among men, and he is in the transcendental position, although engaged in all sorts of activities. 4.19. One is understood to be in full knowledge, whose every endeavor is devoid of desire for sense gratification. He is said by wages to be a worker for whom the reactions of work have been burned up by the fire of perfect knowledge. 4.20. Abandoning all attached attachment to the results of his activities, ever satisfied and independent, he performs no fruitive action, although engaged in all kinds of undertakings. 4.21. Such a man of understanding acts with mind and intelligence perfectly controlled, gives up all sense of proprietorship over his possessions, and acts only for the bare necessities of life. Thus working is not affected by sinful reactions. 4.22. He who is satisfied with gain which comes of its own accord, who is free from duality and does not envy, who is steady in both success and failure, is never entangled, although performing action. 4.23. The work of a man who is unattached to the modes of material nature and who is fully situated in transcendental knowledge merges entirely into transcendence. The last sloka of the day, 4.24. A person who is fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness is sure to attain the spiritual kingdom because of his full contribution to spiritual activities in which the consummation is absolute and that which is offered is of the same spiritual nature. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. I think that was a lot of bouncers today. 9 slokas. I mean, when I first came to ISKCON and ISKCON Bahrain had started this chapter, I was wondering what is action, what is inaction, it was completely going out of the head. It took a long time to understand, so we will summarize it in shortly. But before we enter the topic, let me start in a lighter note. They say that in this yuga, you should not be working hard. You should be working smart. There is a live example which happens in a school. In a grade 10 class, the students are going to give the final exams. The teacher in a very humorous mode is asking the students, what do you want to become in life? What is your ambition? What is your wish? So each of them is telling, I want to become an engineer, I want to become an astronaut, and then I want to become a space engineer, a doctor. And then the topper of the class is a guy called Rahul. So the teacher says, Rahul, what do you want to become? Then he says, teacher, I want to work hard, come first position in grade 10. Then I'll work for another 12 hours a day. Then I'll come board first. Then I'll do at least 4 coaching centers. And then I'll crack IIT. I'll be on the top 10 of IIT. Then I'll work for 4 years, study hard in IIT. I'll get the best CPA possible. And then I'll go and do my master's in Stanford in artificial engineering. And then I'll work 18 hours a day. And then I'll become a businessman. I'll make billions of dollars. So the teacher said, Rahul, you gave an essay, and that's too much. So there was a girl sitting next to him, and her name was Sheila. So the teacher said, Sheila, 2 words, what do you want to become? She said, Rahul's wife. That's a smart response. That's a smart wife. She told, let him do all the hard work. Maybe there is a lot of Rahul sitting here, I don't know. So that was the moral of the story for me when I heard this from His Grace Gaur Gopal Prabhu. Let me take the shortcut in spiritual life. Why should I keep on questioning who is God, where is God, show me Krishna, show me Radharani, what is this, what is going on? See, gurus and acharyas have already spent hours of time, years, ages. So let me be smart in just taking and catching hold of a guru and let me understand what is it and then go ahead with my life. People ask so many questions now. This generation is obviously very difficult to answer them. One guy came and told, if Krishna was telling Bhagavad Gita in Kurukshetra to Arjuna, a lot of people should be listening. Why did Arjuna listen? There should be a lot of people listening. Why did he only question? Why did not everybody question? So these kind of things, the answer could be very simple. We want to question, we can keep on questioning our whole life and we are not going to get an answer. Best is understand what is the essence and then go ahead. Just like Sheila, just go ahead, leave it. You have done a smart thing. Everything is about in life is choices and consequences. The choice you make is the consequence you're going to reap. Now, choices depend on two things. One is external conditioning, external conditions. And the second is internal conditioning. Based on this, you make the choice. Like all of you, I'm sure, you could have, somebody could have called and told you, hey, why going to ISKCON Mississauga? Dhurandhar is released. Let us go to watch Dhurandhar movie. It's a nice 3.5 hours movie. Why you want to waste your time? So you are smart to make a choice. No, it's fine. Let me go and spend time in ISKCON Mississauga and understand what's happening, meet the enlightened, happy-faced devotees, have some good prasadam and go back. That was the right choice. The bad choice would have been to watch the movie, wait for 3.5 hours and then God help you. So it's on a smaller example. Everything in life is choice. If choices are bad, everything can go hell. Nothing can be rectified. Though it's why I'm telling is you'll understand why the reason I'm telling all these topics is external condition does matter. You want a job, your family needs it. External condition does matter. But internal conditioning also matters a lot. Internal condition is the vasana you have been carrying on for ages together, for birth after birth. And if both of them align and you make the perfect choice, it doesn't end over there. Then your karma and the three modes of nature also plays a role. If everything aligns and His mercy is there, that's it. You don't have to worry about anything in life. But the simple thing is, catch hold of Acharya, the scriptures, that gives the essence of everything. You don't have to worry or think too much. Just follow it. Now people say, how can I blindly follow? Okay. Then you can work like Rahul for 10 years, 15 years, understand the process, and then become a millionaire, or sit like Sheila and enjoy the benefits. So choice is with you. Nobody is going to force the choice on you. You have to decide what choice you have to take. So choice and consequences itself could be one lecture, but I've just made it simple with external conditioning, internal conditioning. See, the problem we are facing in today's world is you're seeing the war happening between Russia, Ukraine, Israel, Gaza. See, these kind of wars, you can see the enemies. Russia knows Ukraine is an enemy. Ukraine knows Russia is an enemy. Similarly, Israel knows Gaza, Gaza knows Palestine. God knows what's all going in the world, but the enemies are known to each other. But the worst war fighting is us. We living entities are fighting the worst war of our life, and it is called a guerrilla war. Why I'm calling it a guerrilla war? A guerrilla war is a war where you can't and you don't know where the enemies are hiding. Which enemy is going to strike when? You have no idea, and all of us are going through the war continuously. And there are 6 enemies basically within all the living entities. Now there is this famous acronym called I Pagal. Why they say I means me and Pagal means mad. And what does this I Pagal stand for? I is illusion, P is pride, A is anger, G is greed, E is envy, L is lust. These 6 enemies are continuously fighting within us. Externally we look very happy. Nobody can make out what is going in our mind, what is going in our heart, what is in our thought process. But then these are the enemies, and we don't know which enemy is going to attack from which side. It could be I, the illusion, where we think we are the body, which we are not. We think, we don't have any pride. Maybe pride is already there. Anger needs no explanation. Greed, inbuilt into the system. Envy, go to workplace, go to school, go to college. Envy is definitely there. The worst is the lust. The lust is the worst of all the 6 enemies. So all of them are, if you consider all these 6 enemies to be underworld mafias. If these 6 enemies are the underworld mafias, the Don, their leader, is called a 3-letter word. Any guess? Ego. So the Don is the ego. And you can at least find out that, these 6 enemies, to some extent, how it is acting, what is it acting. You can know that, okay, I am proud at this moment, I am angry at this moment, I am feeling jealous of that Prabhu is driving a Mercedes, I am feeling greed that I also want that car, I want Ferrari. So these feelings you can decipher and to some extent understand. But ego, when a person is ego, there are two types of ego again, good ego and the bad ego. Good ego is to understand oneself as a servant of the Lord, to provide service to the Lord so the Lord is kept happy. But unfortunately we have the bad ego that we are the doer, we are the controller. And the problem is when we think we are the doer, we are the controller, we don't need any other enemies. That's enough. Every activity we try to do, we think that I am controlling it. I can do it better. But actually in reality it doesn't happen like that. There is a lot of things going on every time every activity is done. There's a big process to it. Though we may not understand it, but we can feel it. But an egocentric person might be feeling difficult to even understand that he is egocentric. That is the worst part of it. So I will go back to today's topic. You see, they say material world, material activities is the perverted reflection of the spiritual world. The example lies here. I can take a paper where I've made notes and I can speak to you. I tried doing this in my school, they call this cheating, because they don't allow you to take bits and copy. But in the spiritual world, you are allowed because you can't remember a lot of things. You can take notes and then you can explain to people. So what I've done today is, to understand today's topic, we will first know a little bit of what is karma, what are the different types of karma. Because karma is a very, very commonly used word, it's like, oh, his karma is good, that's happened to him. His karma is bad, bhugat raha hai. We just use it like very loosely and sporadically wherever karma is. So I thought all of you might be already aware of it, but just reiterate what is karma and why is it relevant to today's topic. Karma can be categorized into three categories. That's what today's sloka is telling us. Karma, vikarma and akarma. Don't get confused, it's all going to be simple. Just 2 minutes. Karma can have lot of definitions, maybe 10 definitions, but we will stick to only 2 definitions. To understand today's sloka, what is action and inaction, what is inaction and action, let us go with only 2 definitions of karma. Karma can be classified as activity or action. Now, both sound same in the English language, but there is a big difference when you speak in terms of karma. When you say activity, karma means you are supposed to do that which you are supposed to do as per dharma. So the other word comes as dharma. See, in those days of Arjuna Krishna, the Chaturvarnyam was very clear. Brahmana has to do this, Kshatriya has to do this, Vaishya has to do this, Sudra has to do this. It was very clear. And there was no degradation of the caste. It's all of them treated equally, but with different responsibility. So Brahmana is supposed to teach, advise the king, talk about spiritual matters, enlighten the people on the spiritual path. A Kshatriya's duty is supposed to fight, protect the kingdom internally, protect the kingdom externally. The Vaishya are the business community who brings in money, economy, welfare development. And Shudra is a community who is supposed to help and serve all the 3 communities by doing all kinds of jobs. So let's forget what that happened eventually, but that was the purpose why Chaturvarnyam was created. Now, to understand what action and inaction is, a simple example could be, Arjuna came to the war and he puts down his Gandiva, he says, I'm done. I'm not going to fight. I don't want to kill my guru. I don't want to kill my grandfather. I don't want to kill all my brothers. By killing them, I'm going to accumulate sin. And if I've killed everybody, and if I have the kingdom, how I'm going to enjoy? There is nobody there even to see that I'm enjoying it. What is the point in doing all this stuff? And he keeps the Gandiva down. And that's where Krishna's Bhagavad Gita starts. And in this particular sloka, what Krishna is trying to explain is, Arjuna, your activity as a Kshatriya is to fight. So when you do your activity as a Kshatriya in fighting, you're not accumulating any sins. See, there's a big difference. You need to understand this part of it. Whatever activity you are supposed to do as per dharma, you don't accumulate any sin, which means action in inaction. The problem is, this is an activity, if he doesn't do it, then it becomes an action where he's not performing his activity. Now, if Arjuna does the activity of fighting, he has no sin. But if he does an action of not fighting, he's going to incur a reaction, inaction, which is sin. And that is a problem. So Krishna says, when you do your activity as a Kshatriya, there would be only two consequences. Either you win the war and you be victorious, you're going to rule the kingdom. If you lose the war, you're going back to the heavenly planets. So there's nothing for you to do, there is nothing else going to happen. But if you don't fight, which you are supposed to, you are going to create a inaction, which is a bad reaction, and that you have to suffer birth after birth. Hope little bit is clear, action and inaction. So similarly, inaction in action is also, inaction generally means when you work unbinding, not desiring for the result. And what you get is action, because there is no karma in it. Little bit confusing, but don't worry too much. In simple words, if you do your activity as per prescribed duties, there is no sin. If you don't do your activity as per prescribed sin, you're going to create a reaction. But if you're going to do your duty unbinding and not worried about the desire, what the result is going to be, there is no reaction. That's what is trying to explain by Krishna in this sloka, that all of us should do your duty as per dharma. Now the question comes is, today we are not living in a Chaturvaranyam system. So what should we do? So I have coined a small acronym, taking all these 9 slokas, so that I have 25 minutes so that we can give 5 minutes question and answer. The acronym is called SACRIFY. SACRIFY. This broadly gives the essence of today's 9 topics, 9 translations. What does first S stands for? It stands for self-check of intention. What does it mean? You're going to perform any activity. Ask yourself, is it dharma? I mean, you don't have to be an expert in Manusmriti to understand is it dharma or not. If you're going to do good, it's dharma. If you're going to do as an activity for your livelihood, it's dharma. If you're going to do legal, it's dharma. If you're not going to cheat others, it's dharma. So self-check of intention, that's what the sloka says, is any activity you do, please ask yourself, am I doing the right thing? In business, it's Vyapar Shastra. So I don't know, in Vyapar Shastra you can't be so 100% open and transparent to your competitors. So that's a different ballgame. But generally, you don't have to cheat. You can be straightforward. You should know that this activity is truthful. So that's called S, self-check of intent. The second word is A. A is difficult to practice because what the sloka says is, align your activity with Krishna. Which means what? In simple terms, align your activity with Krishna means what? Am I supposed to leave my family and my job and then go to some ashram and then just chant and be happy, and then is that the way aligned? No, it doesn't mean that. That's why Grahastha ashram is kept, that you are supposed to do your duty. So what then align with Krishna in terms of people like us in Grahastha ashram means? It just calls for a little bit of shift in consciousness. I said it easily, but it's difficult. Shift in consciousness is all what is Krishna consciousness all about. But start practicing it, Get up in the morning, oh Krishna, I look side, oh my wife is alive, my children is alive, my parents are alive, beautiful day, everything is good. Thank you, Krishna. Oh, I have to get ready for the work, go for the job. Krishna, let this be a good day for me. Give me the intelligence that I can do my duties properly today. This is alignment, Just bring Krishna into your work. You don't have to do anything extra. Just bring the word Krishna into your activity, automatically it gets aligned. And that's all shift in consciousness. It's very difficult because most of the time we look prasadam, we even forget Mahaprasada also, we just start eating it. But that's another word which are going to come. Gratitude is a different part of it. But if we can align all activities, like today all of us are aligned our activities to gather in ISKCON Mississauga to hear about Krishna, bhajan, Krishna Kirtan, Vedic literature. Even in ISKCON the biggest thing is having prasadam is also considered as a big austerity. That's why I like Jagannath Puri, because Jagannath Puri, the biggest austerity is to eat. And that can be easily performed by all of us. We can go to Jagannath Puri and they say in Jagannath Puri, if you eat, it is austerity. If you walk in Puri, it is like a yogic walk, meditational walk. If you talk even topics not related to the Lord, it is considered as katha. And it is not, you might be talking about something which is relevant, not about Jagannath, but still, if you open your mouth and talk, it is katha. So Jagannath Puri is a divine word. Think of Jagannath Puri as every place. So when you eat the prasadam, think, I am Krishna, this service of prasadam I am taking is for you. Though we are going to release it, we are definitely going to release it, but if the shift in consciousness can come a little bit, so if you can start practicing, so that is called alignment with Krishna. Start aligning all your activities. Takes time, one by one. One day you will start aligning each and everything. So you see people, every time you ask them anything, Krishna Kripa, Krishna Kripa, Krishna Kripa. Because for them, they are so aligned in everything that everything is Krishna's mercy. Now, you have to be careful. So we are doing this Shastri studies, and I was giving a presentation on Bhakti Vaibhav last week to Mayapur. Little bit out of topic, but I thought I should explain to you that be careful of people. So there was this great Muni called Saubari Muni, and he said, I don't want to see people, I don't want association, I want to be alone. So he went under the water. It is written in Srimad Bhagavatam, it's not a concocted story, it's written in Srimad Bhagavatam. So he goes underwater, meditates for thousands of years, because he doesn't want anybody to see him. He said, I don't want to see anybody. One day, remember the 6 enemies I told, which is within us, and the worst enemy is the lust. Which attacks you have finished. So we have to be careful, and Saubari Muni's example is a classic one. So one day while he was meditating, he just opened his eyes for a glimpse. And what he sees in the glimpse is there were 2 fishes mating. He left his 1,000 years of meditation, he walked out of the water. That's how powerful lust can be. He goes to the kingdom. The kingdom is ruled by an emperor called Mandata. He's the richest person, he's the emperor of the universe. So this guy goes, Muni goes and tells him, I want to marry your daughter. So Mandata has got 50 daughters. So Mandata, because he's been underwater, he's looking like, very difficult to accept him as a son-in-law, but he knows that he's very powerful, he's a mystic yogi. He tells him, I have given the freedom to my daughter to select, so why don't you meet them? So the doctor come and they say, oh no, they just run away. So the Muni understands, goes back with this mystic power, transforms itself to be the most dashing human of the universe. He creates a beautiful palace bigger than Mandata's palace, comes back, and then all the 50 daughters are fighting among each other. I want to marry him. He marries all the 50 daughters. With every daughter he has 100 sons. So totally he has got 5,000 sons, 50 wife palaces. What happens after that? He decides, what have I done to my life? It was all going fine, right? It was all going fine. And one lust, desire, messed up my entire life. He said, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. He just, I don't feel any thrill. That's why Bhagavad Gita says, Bhoktaram ekitavasam sarvaloka maheshwaram. It says, the enjoyer can be only Supreme Personality of God. When you want to enjoy, your enjoyment will come to a stage where that enjoyment will become bitter to you. You can't take it anymore. So the Muni says, I can't take this anymore. Leaves everything, goes to the forest. Does Vanaprastha, Tapasya. The 50 wife also goes with him. And he's a Muni by birth. And then he got a bit deviated, but he goes back on track. Does severe penances, austerities, goes back to the spiritual world. And all the 50 wife, because they were chased with him, they all go back with him to the spiritual world. The moral of the story here is, lust can kill us. How do you save yourself? So be choosy about the association you are with. Be choosy with the association you are with. And also be careful when you are associating with someone that the control displayed outside is integral with the internal side of that person also. We see a lot of times, we see Dongi Babas also, we see Dongi Sannyasis. But you should have that intelligence to understand who is genuine, who is not genuine, because don't get carried away. Don't get carried away, and then ensure he is the right person. Whatever is practicing is also doing it internal and not just giving external lectures, because giving lecture is very easy. You need not even practice. You can keep on preaching and do whatever lectures you want. So that you have to be very careful. So, but if you align the activities with Krishna, he is the best. You don't have to worry about anything else. The next alphabet is C. This is also very difficult to practice, but if you can do it, excellent. Cut attachment to result. Everything we think, we are doing it. Okay, now this doesn't mean that you're cooking in the kitchen and you say, whatever I cook, it's going to be best. And it depends on the karma of the people. If it is karma is good, they can eat. If the karma is bad, they're going to ignore. That's not what it means. It means put your efforts and leave it. If it is good, bad, you cannot take control of it. You cannot take control of every action in your life. Even in the office. My daughter is here today. She discusses, oh my God, this is a problem. I keep on advising her, don't worry about it. Do your job and leave it. This is not the end of the world. Just practice doing things without taking ownership that I am going to control the end result. It is anyway not in your hand. It is anyway not in your hand. Why are you worried? At least do it genuinely that Krishna, I am trying my best. He is a Supreme Personality. He knows your desire. He knows you. Just leave the anxiety, your tension to Krishna. You do your job, best efforts. That's all you can put. All you can put, my friends, in life is efforts. Success does not depend on you. You can work hard. There are a lot of factors which goes behind it. But keep on working hard. Keep on keeping Krishna on the center. Then what happens, when you're cutting attachment to result, see the stress and the anxiety is gone. You're making halwa today for the Lord. Oh, did I put more sugar? Was the suji fried properly? Did I put little ghee? Was the ghee not? You should be knowing the equation properly. Put it and offer it. That's all you can do. But do it perfectly in a way that Krishna will take care of the end result. You don't have to worry about it. So that is cut attachment to result. And if we can practice this in each and every part of our life, anxiety goes away. Stress goes away. You'll be a relaxed person. You don't have to worry anything about it. Easier said, difficult to practice. If you have not, start practicing. It helps you a lot. My classic example 20 years back, I used to feel everything I can do. I can conquer the world. I can do this. I can do that. Till I realized one day it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Things work in a different fashion. You can be ambitious. Money is needed. Like our great Bollywood actor gave a big speech which I was really impressed. He said that if you don't have money, if you don't have the basic necessities of life, don't talk philosophy, because your mind is still there. So have the basic necessities and start talking philosophy. People will understand what you're trying to relate. So money is needed. You have to pay mortgage, you have to pay your home insurance, your car insurance. Please go ahead with it. All you need is whatever you're doing today, do it with the shift of consciousness. Krishna, help me. Krishna, this is for you. Krishna, I have no control on anything. All I can put is efforts. Please help me putting efforts. That's all I can request you. Nothing else I want. Can you guide me? And he is listening. He is listening. So, people wondering, can you show Krishna? You can feel Krishna, you can hear Krishna. Devotees have seen Krishna. It is not that Prabhupada just made a casual statement. He has seen Krishna so many instances. And imagine someone at the age of 70 taking a ship, going to USA, establishing ISKCON. Today we have more than 1,000 centers and temples in the world. It's not possible, right? He believed in Krishna, and Krishna took care of his devotee. And we are all assembled today. So let us take this valuable example. S, self-check of intention, any activity you do. Think, ask yourself the question. A, assign work to Krishna, give the tension and stress to Krishna, you don't take the tension. C, cut attachment to result. You have anyway no control, why are you bothered about the result? Put your efforts and keep quiet. That's the best we can do in life. The next alphabet is R. Next alphabet is R. R means reduce vikarma. See, I told there are three kinds of karma. One is karma, one is vikarma, one is akarma. Karma is activity and action. Vikarma is the forbidden karma, the activities which you should not do, the bad activities. And akarma is work in such a way that you are not binded by the work and you are not worried about the result. That is akarma. That's what we should all be practicing eventually. So R stands for reduce vikarma, reduce all bad habits. If you are smoking, try to reduce it. If you are smoking 30 cigarettes a day, bring it down to 20, bring it down to 10. I was a heavy smoker myself 30 years back. It was not that I am a pious soul or something like that. I used to smoke. But then, last 20 years I have not touched. You have to practice and start believing that this is the path. And this path is what is going to relieve me of my stress, because a lot of stress and anxiety goes away. I do all my business activities, but I'm not stressed. And I practice it internally, I practice externally. A lot of my friends' children, they come and take opinions, we discuss. Don't worry, this is it. Just put your efforts, genuine efforts. Don't worry about what's going to happen. I met another god sister's daughter. Oh uncle, I am actually Prabhuji, I'm grade 12, I've applied for Waterloo, I don't know what's going to happen. I said, leave it, you just study and then leave it. Why are you worried about whether you're going to Waterloo is not the end of the world. Stanford is not the end of the world. Most successful people in the world are school dropouts. Most successful people. I'm not telling you don't go to college. Even I went to college, but that's not the issue here. But studying is just a means. It's just a degree. Don't worry too much. As parents, don't force your children. As children, don't take unwanted pressure to create, oh, I want to be the best now. Just put your efforts and leave it. I sacrifice, so we are coming to the alphabet I. This is equally important. Inner contentment practice. We are never contented, including me. Contentment never comes. Isha Upanishad, mantra number 1 itself, Ishavadim, Ishavadim Edam Sarvam, Yat Kinchi Jagatya Jagat Tena Tektena Bunjita Magada Kashis. The enjoyer is a supreme personality. He has given you the quota. Our quotas are like football post. We keep on shifting the goalpost. Today this much, tomorrow that much. I'm not telling all of you, I'm telling of myself. We need to stop shifting the goalpost. That's where our problem happens in life. That doesn't mean that should I just simply sit at home. It's not going to happen, because understand, you have vasanas for janmas and janmas. If you are not a 100% spiritual guy, you have to take care of your material part of it by also equally contributing to the material part. Like when I asked once my Guru Maharaj 15 years back, I think I'm done, I've made enough, I want to come and settle down in Mayapur. He said, please don't come. He said, why you are telling Ashwini? No, don't come. Because there are 2 reasons why you should not come. If everybody comes, who is going to take care of the monetary part of the Dham? So you can make money, stay outside work and support externally. And second, don't think that's by coming and staying in Dham, you'll become a highly spiritual person. You can make Mississauga as Vrindavan Dham, to the Prabhupada says, wherever you can create your own Vrindavan. Vrindavan is in the heart. Create Vrindavan wherever you go. So, inner contentment, satisfaction, that's why, you give thousands of dollars to attend courses for gratitude practice. And what they teach you, thank you Ma, thank you Appa, thank you wife, thank you this, thank you that, and they take $500 for that course of 2 hours. And we are telling you free of cost, please practice gratitude. You don't have to spend any money on it. Get up in the morning, thank your wife, thank your children, thank your neighbor. There will be hundreds of reasons. You just find one reason and thank them and see how it works. It changes the world. And the moment you say thank you Krishna, he is satisfied. And the ultimate aim is to thank Krishna for what we are. Practice it. The compassion begins with the human beings. Practice with your peers, practice with your friends, practice with everybody. And slowly it will change, and you will realize that the ultimate superior authority who has given me this position is Krishna. Let me thank him for everything he is doing. So we have done SACRI, inner contentment. The second alphabet is F. F is food. Prasadam, what you eat. This body. Use them in service of Krishna. The very fact you used your legs to come to ISKCON Mississauga, you have used one part of the body. You have used your hands to drive. You are using your ears to hear to the lecture, to hear to the kirtan. This is a classic example. You are all using all the body parts for a higher purpose in life. Please understand, sense gratification is... Am I done or 10 minutes? Sense gratification is bound to happen. You cannot get away with it. That's how we are designed. We need gratification 24 hours, or at least the time we are awake, we need sense gratification. But please understand, there is a material sense gratification which will give you a temporary pleasure. Money can buy you a Mercedes. Money can buy you a beautiful 10-bedroom house. Money can take you to all the places in the world. Fantastic. But please understand, money can give you only utility value. It cannot give you happiness. Is utility value needed? It depends on individuals. But don't look for happiness in the money that I'm going to travel to France and I'm going to be happy. No, you get bored after a week. Ask me. It doesn't give any happiness. It is just utility values. It is needed to a certain extent, and that extent depends on individuals. There is no fixed and fast rule. This is it. Now people ask me, Prabhu, should I retire? I say, no, don't retire. Why you want to retire? The very question you want to retire means you want to work. So don't retire. Because the person who wants to do the action, he will just take the action and go away. He will not take my advices. And retirement for what? If you have 8 hours of spiritual engagement, you think your day is busy, fantastic. But if you think you don't have, do something. If you have made enough money, do for the society, do for the community. There is a lot of way you can help the people. So that is food and yajna, food and everything, offer it to the Lord. And the last word of sacrifice, why? This is interesting. If you can, all of you start practicing 5 minutes from today. Why means yesterday review tonight. Just think of all the activities you have done. Think of all the activities and then review it in the night. It's going to help you a lot. Was that activity done because of my ego? Was that done to satisfy Krishna? Was that done to help another devotee? Was that done in a good intention? These are the questions which only you can answer. You cannot ask others, was it good or bad, because you are the better judge. So before night, going to sleep, spend 5 minutes. Was it right? Was it bad? Was it aligned with Krishna? Was it not? Was it egoistic? Did I do any harm to others? If the answer is good, if the answer is negative, work on the negative, practice on the good. You see, life will change. So when you cut attachment to result, your stress and anxiety is gone. When you start reviewing whatever you have done in life and how you want to improve in life, things change for betterment. I have just made, before my last 2 minutes, karma in a humorous way. Karma can be considered as a return to sender. You know the return to sender policy in Canada. It comes back to you. What you give comes back, sometimes with interest. So be careful what's going to come. It's also called a boomerang policy. You throw kindness, you will get kindness back. You throw nonsense, nonsense is definitely going to come back. Don't think I'm going to throw kind nonsense, I'm going to get happiness. No, it's all maybe temporary. But karma is watching. You can't get away from it. It is like a CCTV camera. 24/7 on, 365 days. Exactly recording what you're doing. We may think others are not watching, but others need not watch. You have, somebody is watching inside you. And the problem with the CCTV camera karma is, it reveals certain footage at the most embarrassing moment of your life. So be careful with that. It is just like Google, remembers everything and reminds you. So be very careful. These are all simple policies in life, simple principles. Just practice it. Makes life much easier. So just to recap what we have done today. So I started the discussion today talking about Rahul and Sheila. So be smart about it. We spoke about the guerrilla war. You know the 6 enemies, where they are residing. Krishna himself is telling in Bhagavad Gita 6.34, Chanchalami mana Krishna pramadi balavatruva tasyaham nigram manya vayu ivush dushkaram. It is the most difficult thing in the world for the living entity is the mind. It is stubborn. It is obstinate. It cannot be controlled, just like you cannot control the wind. Why are you worried? You cannot control it. You can engage it. So these are the golden rules. If you can practice, going to help you out. Then we spoke about the acronym SACRIFY, which condenses Sloka 4.16 to 4.24. S stands for self-check of intention. Do activities as per Dharma. A is aligned work with Krishna. C is cut attachment to result. R, reduce vikarma, the bad activities. I, inner contentment, start practicing gratitude. F, prasadam, and your body offered to Krishna. Y, the last word of the day, yesterday's review of tonight. So just practice this. That's all you need in life. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Such an enlightening lecture. I'm sure everybody will agree. We need to give a big round of applause for this wonderful insights. And if anybody has a question, please free to ask. Any questions? We can take 3 questions if anybody has a question.
Ask, but I don't know whether I can answer. I'll try.
My personal takeaways were, Prabhuji, when you started the discourse with the choices and consequences, that gave me an insight, deep insight about what choices we should make, and so I related it personally to my own recent experiences, and also how you talked about the internal and the external conditioning which affects our choices, and you laid the importance on listening to the acharyas, following their instructions and taking help from them as well. And also how the 6 enemies and the acronym you gave, IPAGL, that will stay with me forever, which will always remind me of today's class, and mainly the thought that you wanted to put there. And another thing is align everything with Krishna. That was beautiful, the way you put it for grihasthas like us, that every day how we can align everything with Krishna, that will be able to help us. So thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you. A big round of applause again. And Meanwhile, I also saw that we have some new devotees who have joined. I know is there anybody who is coming to ISKCON Mississauga for the first time? Aribo, thank you, Hari. So anybody has any question before Prabhuji's? Or you can also, oh sure.
What was expected?
Don't complicate, make it simple.
Thank you, Prabhu. Excellent discourse. My quick question was on developing gratitude. So, what I see from this is my personal experience that somebody does something and then you feel really grateful, and then within a fraction of say a few months or something, you didn't feel that. Yeah, it was there, but I don't think it was that great. So how to continue to have that deep sense of gratitude for something somebody has done for you?
First of all, I would believe intensity of the gratitude. If it's something simple, it's fine. Somebody changed your life, that could be different. For me, like I have intense gratitude to my Shiksha Guru, because he changed my life. I was never in ISKCON. Though I'm born and brought up in Calcutta, I never went to ISKCON. I went to ISKCON after going to Bahrain. So that gratitude obviously will be there for lifetime. And we don't have time, maybe next time I can take this class. But I think it is better to practice gratitude with everybody. Whether if somebody is, if the impact is high, if the impact is low, irrespective of it. Whether they're on a long term or a short term, keep on practicing it, because it is kindness which you're throwing, and what you're going to get back is kindness. It cannot give bad things. So, more you practice gratitude, more gratitude will come back to you. Right.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Again, big round of applause. Moving forward, I would like to. Am I audible?
Oh,
So I would also like to make another special announcement that the Bhaktivedanta Academy of Education Canada is starting an online via Zoom